Hello YouTube, it's been a while since I made a long form YouTube video. I've mainly been focusing on streams and clips, but I figured I'd provide a bit of an update for you guys. So here's me yapping for the next 30 minutes while I draw Freerun in the background. So first things first, I am super thankful for all the support that I've received on YouTube, as well as on other platforms. At the time of me recording this, I'm at striking distance to 250 subs on YouTube, and I'm over 100 followers on Twitch. Now, I've been streaming somewhat consistently for the past year at this point, and anyone who's been watching me for that long knows how crappy the quality of my early streams were, but I'm glad that I actually took the step in starting streaming because I think I'm a lot more confident in my, abilities to talk and convey my ideas and make content, and that's something that I will always be grateful for. I've said it in previous videos and live streams, but content creation is sort of like a permission slip to work on projects that I otherwise thought would be a waste of time. It gave me the space to be able to talk about my interests, whether that's art or video games or something in between, because I don't always have the space to talk about that in my own life. And while the number might not be very big, it's very big to me. So again, thank you for all the support despite me being inconsistent. So that pretty much leads me to what I've been doing for the last couple months on stream. As you can probably tell by the mini clips that I've uploaded, and as well as my VODs on YouTube and Twitch, I've been doing a lot of gaming. I've been doing collab streams with Para and Twee, whose channels I'll have listed down below, among many other talented creators. I've also done my fair share of solo gaming as well. I beat South of Midnight, I beat Mouthwashing, and I'm in the middle of a RE2 playthrough. Sorry, Chad, I sorta had to put Silksong on the back burner for now. I'll go back to it eventually, probably after New Year's. But too many things were going on at the time of me playing it, and I feel like I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I probably could have been. But I will visit it very soon, so don't worry about that. Engaging with different communities and groups and gamers and streamers has been a lot of fun. Making clips out of that content has also been fun as well. I've gotten a lot better with editing short-form content. As someone who talks constantly about forming a community, being able to engage with other smaller streamers has been a lot of fun. At least for smaller streamers, Twitch is one of the last places online where you can hang out without a pretentious need to grow or compete. That's one of the aspects of the old internet that I miss. But Twitch does feel like its own little island in that regard, considering how other platforms are these days. That isn't to say that Twitch doesn't have its problems, it clearly does in some of the people that it chooses to platform, but that is for another video and not the topic at hand. I did say in my last update video that I would be branching out more into gaming and collabs, and I definitely lived up to that. I don't really want to say that I was art blocked during this time. I was still drawing, but not as much on stream, and I wasn't really posting as much art on the internet as I used to. I had to take my own advice and realize that not everything that I drew had to be on social media. And in a way that's actually been pretty freeing, and it also helped me improve my art, funnily enough. I forced myself to draw offline, especially with digital art, as you can see here. And while I'm slowly developing my digital art style, I think it's been helpful to be able to do it without having to worry about posting. And I low-key have been having a lot more fun with my art lately. I have now in the mind space where I think I can do more art content on stream because I took a break from that for a while. And I really want to flex my creative muscles. I've been doing a lot of studies. I'm still doing a lot of studies. I make a habit to do at least one per day. But I really want to get back into doing creative challenges. And for the reason that's why I'm drawing Freerun here today, because of the viral Freerun challenge of all these artists drawing Freerun from the same angle. It's stuff like that that gets my creative juices flowing, and I want to take that to the next step going forward. And that, of course, involves my own content that I create here on YouTube and Twitch and other places. Before I recorded this video, I revisited my art resolutions video that I made at the beginning of the year. And low-key, I didn't even get to really 50% of the things that I wanted to do. But that's okay, I'm still learning and growing, and I do think my art is starting to improve. There's still quite a lot of room for me to grow, of course. But I do think I feel a lot more confident in my creativity than I probably ever did, despite me not always showing that. Offline, I've also been brainstorming emotes for Twitch as well as ideas for sub badges. I want to make a mock-up of designs and then show them to artists in order to commission them. That's something that I hope to have done after New Year's, I'm hoping. I'm also wanting to design a PNG tuber for videos like this. As well as in general, I don't always like using my VTuber model currently. And a reason for that is because I use VRoid, and the latest update to VRoid makes it harder for me to customize my model. Because before, I would go on VBooth and buy a bunch of cute little outfits and trinkets for my VTuber, and I'd go on VRoid Hub to slap them on, but now it's not as straightforward as it used to be. And I can't even revert back to my old designs too because of the changes that they made. They pretty much made a special file type for cosmetics on VRoid, so I pretty much had to download Unity software in order to upload my VTuber model. I still can't seem to figure out how to transfer clothes. And since VRoid isn't exactly English, I'm pretty sure the developers are Japanese, finding English instructions has been difficult. So I haven't been able to make the changes to my VTuber model that I would like, and I would likely have to start from scratch if I wanted to anyways. Unfortunately though, I still wouldn't be able to upload and use the clothing files that I do have, so I sorta wasted money on some of the stuff that I bought and didn't realize that I couldn't exactly use it. So L me for wasting money, but honestly, that's not too surprising. I think for the time that I spent trying to figure out how to upload clothes to Unity in order to wear them on my VTuber, I could just draw my own PNG tuber. So I was working on designs for that as well. I might do some of them on stream, but I also kinda want to keep it secret from you guys. But be on the lookout for updates regarding that. That also leads me to what am I gonna do about long-form YouTube content. I wouldn't necessarily mind getting into more React type stuff if it comes to like art or indie games. I think 2026 is the year that I'll probably branch out and do more independent games. I had a lot of fun playing South of Midnight, and I even made a video regarding that game and my thoughts on it. I want to do more review videos on different independent games. I think that plays into the whole arcade theme of my channel. I already played Mouthwashing and I want to make a review on that. So if anyone has games that are relatively short, like I could complete in a stream or two, and you want to see me review these games, let me know down in the comments, and I'll likely compile a list of games like that to play, and I'll give my thoughts on them. I think that could actually be really fun, and I want to see what you guys are interested in. So if you like more review / indie game content, then don't hesitate to like this video, as well as subscribe. Seeing what indie artists and game devs cook up has been quite inspiring for my own artwork and other projects that I'm working on. A lot of these people are working on these projects for free or for little money, so they don't always have the spotlight as many other games do. Supporting small artists and indie game devs is one way to keep the art community healthy, and it puts my money where my mouth is in supporting the art community. In terms of genre, I'm down to try anything once, as long as it's not racy enough to get me banned off of Twitch or YouTube. And like I said, I've been experiencing quite a lot of growth on both platforms lately, so I want to keep that going. That being said, I might do some Twitch exclusive streams when it comes to certain games. I want to do a once a week or maybe once every other week Osu stream. It's like karaoke for terminally online people, and I used to play quite a lot of it when I was younger. But I can't stream that on YouTube because I would definitely get copyright struck. So if you want to see streams like that, I'll likely have my Twitch down in the description as well. Or we might try other rhythm games, I'm not sure yet. I really have enjoyed leaning more into variety content, and I think 2026 will be a continuation of that, though I do want to focus on YouTube content as well. Spring might be a bit difficult because I might be going through a change during that time, but I'll have more information as that comes. And I really am excited for 2026. I think 2025 I was still trying to figure out what my niche is as a content creator, and I still haven't exactly found what that is, but I enjoy what I do and I want to keep going, I want to be consistent, and I like making stuff for you guys. Another thing that I want to do is get more involved with the art community. I want to try to do more collabs with other artists to see where they're at and maybe work on larger projects. It's something I haven't exactly fleshed out yet, and I know there's Discords dedicated to that, so I need to do my research. A bit of a self-reflection moment here. I was always very self-conscious to do art in other people's Discords. I joined Picot's server over a year ago, and I still haven't really had the courage to sit in there and actually draw. I don't know what my problem was. I think I was still a bit insecure, especially with digital art. I think I had to take my own advice and not necessarily be as self-critical. I definitely want to improve my skills, and I think I have, but there's still a long way for me to go. So exposing myself to other artists and seeing how they work and having my art critiqued, I think will make me grow. It can be hard to see your critiques as an artist if you don't talk to other people. So this is a bit of a critique on me for not following my own advice here. But I think I'm in a pretty good spot with my art, mentally speaking. I think I'm more confident. Again, there's still a lot that I need to learn. I'm definitely not a master by any stretch of the imagination. But I do need to take my own advice and not be so scared to express myself. Critique isn't an attack, it's just a way for you to improve. And me saying this is probably just helping me get out of my own head, but it needs to be said, and maybe you guys can find it helpful as well. I apply the same philosophy as towards content creation in general, actually. If you go back to watch my first YouTube video, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that I was smart to write a script. And I didn't really know much about video editing other than the little stuff that I did on TikTok or Instagram back in the day. But I knew if I ever wanted to grow, I had to get over my nerves and actually do the work. And in doing so, I grew my channel in a much faster pace than I thought was possible. If I had told myself a year and a half ago that I'd have over 200 subscribers on YouTube, I probably would have thought that I was lying. But I took the steps, I did the work, I'm still doing the work, and there's always room for improvement. I think it helped me a lot as far as being more confident, as I mentioned before, and learning new skills that I wasn't sure that I would learn at the time. I had a 10-year-old plus computer and a busted up old microphone, but I still decided to do this anyways. Because it's not necessarily the tools that you have at your disposal, it's the drive to want to do it, as cheesy as that sounds. I think in a world with AI and all sorts of computers, and yes, I'm sounding like a boomer now, there isn't exactly an incentive to want to learn or expand our minds these days. It's not encouraged. But just having a little platform that I do have to talk about whatever I want is something that's so freeing that it makes me want to learn different things just so I can talk about them. Because I think studying this world is actually pretty interesting. And like I was talking about with indie devs, I'm sure a lot of them started out and over their heads not sure of what they wanted to do, but they knew they wanted to make a game. And it's always taking that first step or publishing that first video or starting that first game that leads to a world of different possibilities. And seeing the project and its finished result just scratches the brain in a way that I can't really describe. I never really liked it when answers were spoon-fed to me. I liked finding things out on my own and seeing what works and what doesn't, and collaborating with others who may have the similar issue. I think tech companies and social media and all that are forcing people to be more isolated, feeling like they have to turn to AI to get any answers about what they want to do. But we as humans are highly creative and we have the potential to solve these issues. It's like we have the potential, but we limit ourselves for some reason. I don't disagree with technology being a tool for creativity, but it shouldn't take over our own creative mind. And I think that's the disconnect with a lot of different things, not just art or content creation, but a lot of the things that we do in our lives. I don't know how these videos keep turning into philosophical mumbo jumbo, but I do think it's important, as it's important for the content that I make. Understanding why something is what helps me grow my own art. And why I'm even doing this in the first place. I've been pretty reflective this past year or so I guess that's why I've been talking about it a lot. It's sort of the purpose of these types of videos anyways, but regardless, I knew trying to go more variety with my channel the way that it is was a huge risk for my channel. And I haven't exactly figured out what I wanted to do about that, whether or not I wanted to start a second YouTube channel. knowing full well I don't really have the time to keep up with this one as much as I should be. Like, I don't really want to be a person that's caught up with the algorithm and obsessed with growth. I'm gonna grow at my own pace, considering how infrequent my uploads are. So I don't exactly want to be forced into a box because that's just not how my brain works. I talked about this previously. If anything, and I do decide to work more on my webtoon series, I might make a separate channel dedicated to just that. Maybe the world building aspect of what I'm writing? Because I could talk about gothic horror for hours, but I haven't really found the way to do that here quite as much. But that's quite a way down the road at this point, not anything in the near future. I had the prologue written up, but I decided to change pretty much everything about it, so that is on the back burner for the time being, but I may or may not post updates somewhere, either on Blue Sky or in my Discord. So stay tuned for that. I'm the type of person to work 90% through something and realize I don't really like it at the near end of a project. So that's definitely an issue I need to work through, and I think this project is a way to channel that. I need to think my scenes through in order for them to translate well into a comic form. I think maybe I'll take some storyboarding courses in the near future if that's what I want to do. I know the story is supposed to be a bit more action focused, so I need to figure out how to pack visual information into like a smaller space. Unironically, playing story-based games has helped me figure out how to do certain visuals, but there's still a lot that I need to learn, and that bears repeating. Going back to my previous point, if you wait forever until you're ready to start something bigger, you're never gonna do it. You'll constantly psych yourself out thinking that you're not ready to take that next step. When really all you need to do is start, even if you don't know what you're doing. I swear you will regret every step that you don't take. This past year has definitely been proof of that, at least in my social media slash artist journey. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for this video. I didn't want to go super long. I know it's been a while since I made a long form video. But I think the next one that I'll work on is the mouthwashing review since it's been a while, and I let the game simmer in the background, and I think I do have the thoughts needed to make a proper review. Because that game was very trippy, and I had to rewatch my footage several times to understand what was going on, but regardless, I think that's what I'll be working on next as far as YouTube is concerned. But if you're interested in other things that I'm working on, then don't hesitate to follow my socials down below in the description. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. And yeah, 2026, I'm gonna be learning a lot more about art and all sorts of things. So if you're interested in that, then don't hesitate to follow. But until then, goodbye and take care. Peace.
Rios que vão prendendo Tempos que vão nascendo nesse olhar, um abraço, o calor, a esperança